Hello everyone, I have another tutorial for you for making some ephemera and things for your journal. I have here a seemingly pile of scraps. This piece was actually longer, like that, and I cut it into two pieces. And now you can leave it like this, and really it's an instant bookmark. Or you can take a scrap of ribbon, fold it together, and staple it above, staple it below, however you like. And yep, instant bookmark. This is also a scrap piece that, I kid you not, it came out this way when I was done with the main part of it. And again, take some ribbon, staple it down, which I will actually do for you. Now this stapler is a Tim Holtz tiny staple, and it is such a stapler that I will use. So this can be a bookmark, tag, bam, you're done. I had another piece that I cut the corners off, cut the top off, and it was just one square that looked like this. And to add a little interest on the other side, I just coffee sprayed it. One good idea is to have a basket or some kind of container where all your ephemera is, that you can just quickly pull out while you're working on your journals. Alright, same thing with this. Take some ribbon, instant tag or bookmark. Use your stapler, whether big or small. Watch your fingers. See? There you go. And into the basket it goes. Same thing. Use green this time. Tiny attacher, that's what this is called, tiny attacher. Okay. And an instant bookmark for your journals to put in. Some more scraps from paper that I was cutting up. You can leave it like this to make it into a tag or bookmark. You can cut off the corners, however you want to do it, and same with these pieces. Just cut off the corners if you like, and instant tag. Okay, that's that one. Oh, there's one other thing I want to show you, which is sometimes you might want to know what to do with pieces like this, which are really thin, too thin maybe for a tag or a bookmark. The good thing about these, you can stamp lettering on them, like love or something. Which actually, now that I think of, I do have that stamp somewhere. Now this I got at Michael's. I don't remember what it's called. I want to say it's by Recollections. So let's do this one, and this one. Black ink pad, which I think is actually starting to get pretty used. Okay, so you take a stamp, make it all nice and inky. Well, I'm not sure if you can see that very well. It didn't come out too well. This one, unfortunately, does not come out that well. in any case, where's my scissors? You can cut it out. And let's say you have a page. Let's use this since I'm working on this one. And let's say the page was smaller, and you can make a tuck spot right out of that. Let's try another one. Nice and inked. Well, that came out much nicer. See? And then it can be a little tuck spot on a page. Let's try. So let's say this was your journal, or, you know, I mean, it is a journal. But let's say you can just glue it in like that, and then now you have a tuck right there. Okay, what about this? Well, let's say you have, you know, letter stamps and or a phrase. You can stamp a phrase on here. You can type a phrase, and then let's say you had a whole phrase here. Wow, it got lower every time. I'm so not linear. And you have a journal. For example, you have a journal. You have a phrase, I love you, and you can paste it in your journal like that. Maybe trim off the excess, of course. Okay. Like that, or you can paste it entirely down. You can paste it on the side and make a belly band or a tuck. So, anything like that. Okay. So those are those scraps. Now let me clean up my mess a little. Now the other thing I'm going to really show you, which is the main point of this video, is what to do with these. These are clothing tags, and as you can see, I have been saving a lot of these. Okay, now let's see. I got some from Gymboree, because that's where I like to get my kids' clothes. Yeah. Maternity clothes. Okay. So, clothing tag. Now, some of them are pretty hard, like, I don't know, chipboard hard. And if you want, you can just use it this way. Like this one, for example. Very pretty design already on the one side. It already has a string, and it's blank on the other side. So you could put a stamp here, leave it blank, spray it with coffee spray, and however you want. But this is like already done. Into the box it goes. Okay, now let's say you have a tag that's not already. Oh, look, here's another one. Totally blank, except for the word London. But, I mean, it's perfect. Just put a string through it. Into the box. Okay, now let's pick out a tag that is not considered already done. I'll just go with this one. Okay. Oh, look at this one. Isn't this one cool? It's obviously 4T. One for my older son. It came with the string already and a I was going to say paper clip, but this is obviously not a paper clip. Safety pin. Thank you. Safety pin. See, already came with. Just like that. Now, if you don't want the 4T, you can, of course, cut that off. And now you will never know that these were for a toddler. Okay. Into the box it goes. Now, where was I? Right. Okay. Shove all that to the side. Now, with these ones, they have this little detachable part to it that, because it tells you the price, and if you're going to give it as a gift, you don't want them to know what the price is, so then you tear it off. So you can keep it on there, or you can tear it off. Up to you. So let's say we have book paper. Okay, just good old vintage book paper. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I used to teach in South Korea, and I would say that to them to kind of make it a lighthearted lesson, because sometimes I'd get frustrated, and I would say easy peasy lemon squeezy, and I loved the way they said it because of their accents. Super cute. Oh, my son's waking up. Okay, hold that thought. Okay, so we've taken this tag, we've glued it to the book paper, which thankfully does have words on the other side. Okay, cut it out. Now, you can glue book paper on the other side as well, or you can take some coffee dyed paper and then glue that. Oops. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of glue stick. See, it just popped off right there. My glue stick. Alright. Choose a side because not all sides are equal. This side is darker, this side is lighter. And I think I want the darker side. So line it up with the corners, with the edge. Press down. And if you line it up like this, then you can get more out of your paper and minimize the waste. Okay. Now, of course, you don't have to use glue stick. You can use wet glue as well. Oh, my other son is waking up. Hold that thought. Okay, where was I? Right. Alright. So I have glued the coffee dyed paper to the other side so that now it's a blank journaling space. And get your vintage photo Distress ink from Tim Holtz. Take care of the edges. You can punch a hole in it. Okay. And now you have a tag that you can use in your books or journal on. You can stamp on it as well. Let's say it's too plain. See? There you go. And of course, you can put some string through it if you don't want to leave it stringless. Yeah? What do you think? You can also put some lines on the back if you want. Leave it plain. And you have just made your own ephemera from a clothing tag. How about, let's see, they're all pretty much alike, so, you know, it's a pretty basic. You can just do that with these, the same thing that I did. Let's say you have one that was folded. Okay. Let's do, will this fit? I do believe it will. Okay, but let's do it on the outside. Although the words won't all fit on there, so let's actually do something else. Let's do, whoops, paint down. Oh, by the way, if you have, you know, leftover paper from a paper pad because you cut off the bottom, you can easily make tags out of this. And that would be from my other video, making ephemera using scraps. It would just be the whole cut into pieces, cut the corners, and cut the top. You can check out that video for that. Where'd the tag go? Oh my gosh. I totally lost it. Oh, here it is, here it is. Sorry about that. Okay. So here's this paper from a paper pad. Use my dyeing glue stick. Get every bit of life out of this. Crafter tyranny here. Alright, make sure I'm on the correct side. Line it up to the corners. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off camera there. Okay, cut it out. Now, it's stiff enough that you could potentially leave it like this, in the sense that you don't have to fold it in. and you can just glue something else, and then it would be a pretty thick piece. But if you want to fold it, oh shoot, did I do this backwards? I think I did. Oh well, that's okay. Fold it the other way. Because I mean for the journaling side to be on the inside. Use your bone folder. Of course, if you did it on the other side, you wouldn't need to. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. So there's one side. Now let's say you didn't want the pointy corners. You could use your corner punch, my infamous Target one that is really crappy and embarrassing to show you, and you can punch the corners. But that unfortunately is not a good punch, and I need a new one. But it's Christmas coming up, so hopefully I could take advantage. Okay, again, your coffee dyed paper or your other scrap paper, because this is pretty plain looking and it even looks coffee dyed. So you could just glue that on there as well. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So there we go. Oh no. I know I'm like constantly rubbing the glue off this, but it does help to not have other things stick unnecessarily. Okay, make sure I'm on the right thing here. Now, for pieces like this where the edging may not be straight, you might not want to go all the way to the bottom. So just to leave a little bit off, enough that you can cut it off. Again, you can use a brayer. Make sure that it's down all the way. And then just cut it out. Again, you can leave it like this if you hadn't folded it. And I'm gonna make a perfectly nice tag that way. But since this one was folded and I want to keep with that, got to do this side. You were probably like, wait, you forgot that side. And if you didn't notice that I hadn't cut that side, don't worry, I won't tell. And voila, now you have another little journaling little book piece. You can punch a hole in it like it had before, or you can just leave it like this. You can take your vintage photo and do the edges. And there you go, using clothing tag to make a little ephemera for your book. If you want to pizzazz it up, let's say you have some leftover vellum, and you can, you know, glue that on there. And in fact, if you do glue it on there, which I will do so now, only this time I'm going to use the wet glue. Glue it on the sides, along the bottom. Okay, just like that. Of course, you could do this vellum gluing downy thing on any side, and it doesn't have to be vellum. It can be book paper, it can be some other scrap that you have. Okay, you've glued it down. Now you can, let's see, do I have something small enough? This one? Yep. So let's say you've glued up some paper and made it nice and pretty like this one. Now you have a tuck right in there. Alright, that's my clothing tag tutorial. As you can see, I have a lot to work on because I have a lot of these. The same thing, you know, with this. You just glue some paper on it, or you can cut it in down the line, and now you'll have two separate pieces, and thus two different tags. So yeah, that's my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!